So, Ewan, with your iron game, is there anything you do, any drills you go to try and, make sure your iron game's on form if you're maybe out of form a wee bit?
So I'd say when I feel like I'm kind of losing the strike a little bit, or it's not totally on, the thing to always be aware of your irons is it's a positional shot. It's not like a drive, you're not trying to smash it, you're just trying to get it into position or hit it at it's a yardage, you're trying to hit it at yardage. So the thing I'm always trying to find when I'm not hitting my irons as well, I'm trying to get it, I always think, right, let's strip it right back, so hit it softer, very short swings, and try and find the middle of the club face. And it's a lot easier to do it like that. So once I feel like I've got that, and I find the middle of the club face, hit loads like that, well not loads, but maybe 20 balls or something, just make sure you've still got it, and you can almost build it back up. Get the speed into your swing again, build it back up, rather than, you see loads of people when they don't get the strike with they try and hit it harder and start hitting it, trying to mash it, rather than it's even harder to find the middle of the club face then. So I always like to strip it back to the basics, very short swings, very slow swings, trying to find the middle of the club face and then build my way up from there. I like to veer on outside to in because I like to hit like a little bit of a fade because I'm in control. I'm in control of the fade, and when I'm hitting the fade it comes down soft, and when I'm hitting the draw and it comes in hard and bounds away from you, you can get yourself some problems with it.
So let's just see that's in a normal setup then.
Yeah. In here, a little bit left, aiming a little bit left, winds left to right.
Just letting it fall on the wind.
Just letting it fall onto my target, and that's kind of the way I like to go about it. And again, there, even when I'm saying about the short swing, that's probably about the same length of swing, just a bit more pace through it, and that's it.
So if you're going to hit a draw, if you're forced into hitting a draw,
yeah.
What is there much you change? Is it just set up?
If I'm going to hit a draw, I would definitely more back in my stance.
Right, okay.
Feet aiming a little bit more to the right, left to right windier, so a little harder. Take the club a little bit more on the inside, and then just kind of pass going to the right rather than to the left. So that would dictate more of a kind of right to left shape on it.
So I feel like this, breezy, cold, some punchy shots might be required.
Yeah.
What do you go for when you're trying to do that?
So I used to always feel though when I was trying to hit them low, I would have a very narrow stance. I think just because like when I was younger it'd be dead really cold and I'd be like, oh, yeah. I'm just always bunched
like
up. Yeah, and I'd just be like kind of in here, and you get yourself in some bad habits like that because you're, first of all, the wind can kind of sway you about. You don't move your legs well, and the position your club doesn't get in your own positions because you're too narrow, and the swing just doesn't move the way you're supposed to because your hips everything's not moving correctly. So I found myself in the last couple of years or so just keeping the stance wide even when it's windy. Nice solid base. You feel though even when it's windy you're not getting blown about, you feel really strong over it, I would say this is kind of neutral ball position. I would kind of go a little bit back here, which just kind of lets the hands kind of set a little bit forward, takes a bit of loft off the club face, and I would even just kind of nudge my weight into the left a little bit, just not loads, but just enough to kind of stay on my left side so that the ball's kind of keeping down. Again, I would take some pace off the swing, so the harder you swing it, the more spin you get in the ball, which makes the ball want to go up. So I'd probably take more club, take some pace off the swing, and that will just kind of keep it flat naturally without having to do too much.
Yeah, lovely flight.
And it's low, and the wind didn't even really touch that there, just kind of stayed through it just because of the pace off of it. And obviously I went to the fundamentals of hitting it low, so yeah.
That's it, keep it simple.
Exactly, keeping it simple is always, you never need to overcomplicate it, it's a complicated game enough as it is.
So, joined Cobra this year, new irons in the bag, how are you finding them?
Loving the new irons, they've been absolutely fantastic straight away as soon as I tried them. I was like, wow, they feel so good. It's a nice clean look to it. You know, it's very like classical looking head, and it's like the perfect amount of cavity for me.
Yeah.
Thickness wise, I don't like when they're so skinny that you're like, oh, this looks difficult to kind of hit out a bad lie or something. But at the same time, I don't like when they're big chunky things, because then just doesn't like the look. It doesn't suit my eye. So it's very clean looking head. Feels so soft off the face. It's the new MIM technology, which at the start I was kind of wonder what that will feel like. But as soon as I had it, it just felt so soft off the face, and even when you kind of don't get it right out the middle, always just, you know, like bad lies, for example, always feel that you can get the right flight you want. And they feel quite strong as well. When I'm trying to hit low ones with the longer irons, it feels really easy to do. And then with it still being a little bit of a cavity back, I can still get up in the air when I want as well. So yeah, that's been was the easiest thing to change for me straight away. I was just like, yeah, they feel fantastic. So go straight in the bag, yeah. So if I was to go and hit one high now, everything's kind of normal, to be honest. I don't need to dictate anything with my ball position, my setup, my stance, my swing. Everything would just be very normal. So I would have it very neutral. Might even move it up, for example, a little bit if I get it up really quick,
yeah.
You know. So I'll move it up on this occasion just to get it up a little quicker. But nice and wide stance, and then everything with the shafts aligned nicely. I'm not taking loft off the club. It's all well, rather than when I was hitting the low I was like that, so the club goes like that. Normal like this, and high make you just go a little bit like that. So I'm in here, nice high one.
So no matter what shot you're going to hit, it's subtle tweaks. It's just
subtle tweak. That's all it is with this game. It's never like so drastic to where you're going to really feel though, oh, this is totally alien to me, I've never done this before. It's always very subtle, and almost just being smart about it and thinking before you hit the shot, almost picking the right shot, and just realising, okay, this is a kind of low one I'll need here, and just making the little tweaks you need to make to find the right shot for you, and the right shot for the situation that you're in.